the Cantina, we cannot shy away from the little toy talk to begin with. Or, for Mark's segment of the show, any 3D creations? Anything happening over on your side of the fence, brother?
No, I've been working on stuff for my son's marching band.
Oh, that's right. You saw your
props. So it's just been like trying to figure stuff out and just the whole, I don't know, but part of their show's called Steal the Show.
Okay.
The band breaks into this big vault and steals 9 diamonds that are huge.
Oh, cool.
And they roll them out on a cart and they wobble. And so we've been trying to figure out how to keep that from wobbling, and came up with and because they're on a turntable too, so they'll start spinning.
Right.
So I had to come up with a plate to sit on the turntable, and then the base of the diamonds will sit in this. This is how big the diamonds are. This is the bottom of the diamond.
And you created these plates, I guess.
Yeah. And then just sit down and they're magnetized and all kind of stuff. So that's been what I've been working with, fighting with.
Oh man, real life toys, not things that sit on the shelf. Actually, have a purpose other than entertainment.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool though.
I don't get paid for it, so
yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, man, on my side of the fence, I guess it was a little while back. We had a Cantina claim sale, and I put some stuff up there, and Jay had put some stuff up there. Sarah, chimed in a while ago, his wife. But he had bought some stuff off me. I bought some. It was kind of like evened out. But what I bought, and I haven't seen these since I was a kid. I know some of you are all in on these. You're up. This fellow right here, Lee Majors, the $6 million man, the Bionic Man. Well, this is his state, though. I do have some pants. I bought 2 of them. They were in a lot. The other one doesn't work, but this one's still operational. At least it was for me about 5 minutes ago. So here we go. Some of you may remember his action. So you got to turn his head. Well, he's got his panoramic eye. You can look through here. All right. And then turn his head. All right. Lock in the mechanism. All right. Let's see if it's going to work. Now it won't work on TV here or on the. Come on. I don't want to break him. There we go. I think he's in place now. And see, he's got the power lift arm. He's got a motor that he's supposed to hold, and he can lift it all the way up over his head. This is a pretty exciting toy. I know, guys. This is like must see Facebook watching. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And then you disengage with his head, and then you can put him down. So I have decided, since Jay passed this along to me, it's such a great deal, to steal a line, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. So he's missing. I've got his pants. I need to add his pants. I'm sorry. I should have did a warning that this was going to be inappropriate. Man in his underwear. His suit, his tracksuit shirt, I've got to get it. He's got 2 bionic chips that are missing. One here. I've got to get it. He's got to get socks. Got to get tennis shoes, and then the motor. This is for the first edition. I think it came out in 1973, maybe 74. So that's my goal. This is my project right now. Completion of the Bionic Man. I'm thinking about doing a little series on it, doing something silly, but I'm probably like you, Mark, or maybe you're like me. Have all these great ideas in your head, and then real life says, "No, you can't do those things."
Yep. By the time you sit down to do it, you're like,
and there's something else I'm supposed to do that you actually have to pay the bills.
Right.
So here he is, Lee Majors, ladies and gentlemen. He's a part of tonight's show. If you want to see his live action work again, just let me know and we'll get his arm going, and then here we go. So, well, I do want us to take a quick moment to look at something. Let's see. There it is. We did have what do you got? You got something to show off?
I think you saw it in the on the Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
The Amazon
catalog. It's like
catalog.
the Sears or JCPenney's catalog. What's in there?
Just a whole bunch of toys.
Oh,
like, what?
Have you already started circling stuff you want for Christmas?
Look, they give you a page to make your list, so you don't have to circle it.
Oh, I'd rather circle it.
Oh yeah, you could do
my
that.
grandmother would know where to find all the stuff.
Look, they got Batman.
Is that the big Batmobile? Like the
Uh,
6-inch scale?
it doesn't say. It's
Oh.
only at Amazon though.
Let
Yeah.
me look over here. Yeah, Ted Adam. I don't have the Bigfoot, but I heard the 12-inch Chewbacca is built off that mold of Bigfoot. I'll learn to sew, Robert. I'll try. So does it have a pretty good Star Wars selection or no?
Just turn to it.
Look at that. Oh,
Look
that's the Legos.
Yeah, got the Legos. Just got just a few little things. I thought it was pretty neat. I opened it up. I got excited about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for it in my mail because I'm a big Amazon guy. So really, they'll send one to me, and I'll get my Sharpie out and circle
Yeah.
things for my family to get for me.
I mean, I've heard good things about this Amazon. I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, I think it's an upstart. It's just getting started. Yeah, out of a guy's van. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's he's
Selling
got a
books.
lot of affiliate marketing that's helping him out. Yes. Oh, I'm trying to think if there's anything at that Hasbro PulseCon that came out that was noteworthy that we could talk about for a quick moment. Let's see. What about this guy? I have a feeling a lot of people went crazy over this. The Rex helmet. Do you see that? Is that showing up on your side?
Yeah, I see it, but I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah. If I was still into the helmet game, this would probably be one I'd have to add to my collection. Let's see here. It says it's paused. Hopefully that's just because I'm not doing anything. But oh well. There's that. Let's see. Let's see if I can find something else that's noteworthy here. Well, this is something I saw today, and I thought, Hasbro, come on. We've got the repaints. We've got the, add one more accessory and charge you double the money type situation. But now we've got the lovely, well, if I can find the right window to do this, I'm out of practice, brother. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. We've got the lovely Holcomb collection.
Oh man!
If you didn't get enough of the credit collection, now it's the Holocom. Oh, and I saw there's like several of these Jokers. So
Kind of cool though.
I mean, it looks cool. I'll give you that. But the price point's probably like $40.
Oh, sure.
At least for this Mando, like he is.
Yeah, especially having the little light up stand and everything.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, I think that is cool, but I just watch me buy like 2 of them.
Does it come with the batteries or you gotta buy your own?
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can zoom in. It's 3 AAAs. Can't tell if they're included. It's too fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 3 AAAs.
Yep.
Yeah, wow. Let's do it. Right out of the gate. Overall, what'd you think of the series, Mark? We've seen it all. I know we're going to break down the last little bit here together, but broad scope from start to finish, what'd you think?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy with it. I mean, I went in with no expectations.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It was just, I like the fact that it was a singular story. They didn't try to bring in everybody from every show to sell toys and everything else. It was just like, here's the story. We're going to tell this story, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I liked it.
Yeah, and I'll have to say, when we started this journey together, we were making all kinds of, obviously there was more hanging out with us at that time. I think we're the only survivors. But there was some, some proposals or some prophetic words uttered. Oh, Luke will be in this, and Mando will be in this. There was no Luke Skywalker. There was no man. There was a Carson Teva though. Maybe I should have put money on him. I don't know. Dude, we missed that. Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool. And and clearly it was Anthony Daniels. Of course, we know it was now, but it was obvious though.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was, I heard that voice out there. It's like, can it be? And I was like giddy as a school child, and that happened. So, yeah. So we got our legacy character, I guess you could say, which, some would say Ahsoka is, but I mean, come on, let's just be real. Original trilogy legacy character.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be him. And then some people say Akbar in there is that. If that was Akbar, I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, I've heard it.
We got 3PO. Who cares? 3 p.m. So
confirmed.
So how would you grade it if you could A, B, C, D? Obviously, it's not a D or an F. Where would you put it at? A, B, or C?
I give it like a A minus.
A minus. So, and I would agree with you. I'd say that as well. So, what would be like who's the valedictorian of Star Wars TV shows or Disney Plus series? Who would you put the top of the class? Or and you may have to break it up in seasons because we've had what 3?
Yeah, I was going to say
seasons?
probably Mando season 1.
Yeah,
just because of it kicking it off and just.
Dude, they set the bar so high with that first season, and I mean it's been good since. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 2 was awesome. 3, I mean, people are like, but still, it's such a lot of cool stuff. And I think go ahead.
I haven't watched Andor yet, so I don't.
Oh, that's right. You haven't watched. It's I'll just my take on Andor. I liked it. It's a different animal. It's not in the same category as these guys. It's set in the Star Wars universe, but it's basically like the Bourne Identity or Mission Impossible in the Star Wars world.
And see, I started watching it, and I kind of got an idea real quick that it's going to be one that I have to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, you definitely got to watch it.
I couldn't just put on, and then if something came up, I could come back to it and know what's going on. So I was just like, I'll just have to wait till I have time. And
the dialogue in that is good. It's really rich and it's thick. You got to follow that storyline.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I watched it. I love the show, but it's just a different animal. It's not. It's not. If I had to force it into the same discussion, I'd say it's probably an A minus or a B plus, something like that. But I'm like you. Season 1 of Mando, it has no rival. So I will say this, and this is I told one of my boys this. Overall, I really feel like this series is appropriate sequel to Return of the Jedi and the original trilogy, because Return of the Jedi ends, with the redemption of Anakin, Vader's dead and all this stuff. And I really thought this show did a good job of revealing what his legacy really is. You've got Ahsoka, you've got, you saw that whatever World Between Worlds, whatever, if that was force projection or whatever, but still you got a better glimpse at him. You got the training videos, and then of course the end of the show. Oh, dude, that was awesome. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is how you build off Return of the Jedi. This is how we saw his redemption. Well, let's see more. Let's flesh out the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. And that's what the sequel should be. Yeah. I love Luke, don't get me wrong. And I know things went sour with the sequel and whatever people think about that. But honestly, the real Force legacy is Ahsoka. I mean, that's who he trained. Yeah. I mean, that's where his skill set went. I mean, the biological stuff, whatever. But that's where I'm thinking. Maybe I'm just on Ahsoka high. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I will say that this last episode, and as we get ready to go into it, it's kind of a mixed bag. I loved it in so many ways, but then I was like, but I want to have that resolved. I want to have this resolved, but I know they're giving us something else, and we got to go from there. Whether it's going to be next season or that movie. So
and see, that's one of the things I did like about it was they didn't try to cram everything into 9 episodes, make it final. This is kind of like I just want to take their time. I mean, they got plenty. I mean.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. So,
and I think you're right, because sometimes when we have those shows that try to tie up everything in a nice little bow, it's a mess. They just rush it, and that's the thing you can say about Filoni. He does take his time. Let's see, we've got some thoughts over here. Ted, I'm giving his ranks. Ahsoka's number 1 with an A plus plus. Okay, some serious Ahsoka love. All right. Oh man, he's giving us a top 5. Mando number 2 with an A plus. Mando 1 with an A. Mando 3 with an A minus. And number 5 is Andor. Just no Force, B plus. All right, that's a good one. All right, I can get behind a little bit of that.
Boba Fett.
No Boba Fett. Where's that? Yeah, give us where Boba Fett would be. Yeah, throw that in there. So I guess that would be 6 because there's only that many shows. So throw that into 6, or maybe he's way down there. So. All right.
And they put Tales of the Jedi before it, though.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I like Tales of the Jedi. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Not live action, but still, it's Disney Plus series for sure. Which I assume, I think we're getting more of those, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So what did you know? And you probably remember this growing up. All our favorite TV shows growing up always would have like a Christmas special. An episode where the family's having Christmas or something. They'd have a Halloween special where they dress up. I really feel like this was the Halloween special of the Ahsoka series because you got magic, you've got witches, you've got zombies, and it's in October when we see it. So this is it. So that being said, tonight I feel like I watched the sequel to the finale when I watched Haunted Mansion with Rosario Dawson in it this evening. So
I saw that was on there. Is that any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it fun?
I feel like it's a lot better than the Eddie Murphy one. It came out years ago.
Right.
This one's really good. A lot of tributes to the ride at Disney World.
Okay.
I think it's good. It's got some. It's darker. I'll give you that. But I liked it. We enjoyed it. I'm sure there's some things after I watch it again, be like, but I liked it. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were watching it, and I told one of the boys, that's Ahsoka. I was like, what? Dad, how you dolls talking? No, that's Ahsoka. That's the same actress. Oh, it's not. And so it was this long deal. But yeah, I was right. They were wrong. So all joking aside, anything between, because I'm trying to think when we last got together was episode or part 5, I think. Yeah. So 5 was when, that was A World Between Worlds with Anakin and Ahsoka, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's been a while, so it may be a little stale. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what was your reaction when you first saw Thrawn and all that in part 6? What were you thinking?
Just what everybody else is saying online. When I first saw him, I was like, it's Blue Elon Musk. But then I was like, okay. I liked the transition from animation to live action.
Okay.
I thought it was a little different. Then it's not as over the top in animation. Of course, everything animation is over the top.
Oh yeah, it's just that extra.
They have to project it because they're not being seen. So
right.
But I just like the whole calmness, but kind of like when he sent, Balin and Shin off.
Right.
He was like, yeah, go find them. And he's like, no, if they don't come back, oh well.
Yeah, really. Okay.
He's like, they're expendable. So
yeah, it's all about numero uno, strategically speaking. Yeah. Man, when he showed up in those night troopers or whatever, and obviously this episode we take a whole new dimension of that.
Yeah.
Them chanting Thrawn, Thrawn, Thrawn.
Yeah.
And I'll have to confess, man, I got giddy as a school child when Enoch turned around.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Which I love troopers. So we get some variation of that. And that was like super variation. I was like, what the world? How in the world? And I was like, right now, sign me up. I almost sent you a message, see if you could make a figure or something for me. 3D print somebody.
I wonder how long before the helmet comes out.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to purchase some form of Enoch something.
And then the way his whole hologram was cool.
Yes, yeah.
Because it wasn't like the typical, it was like almost, I don't know, it was like a puzzle or something that came together. It was different.
Because it was similar to the ones we saw Balin and I guess Shin or earlier in the series, but not exactly.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more variation. Maybe it was just something there on Peridia or whatever, or the Night Sister magic or Mother Queen magic or Queen Mother. I don't know what they called her. The Queen Mother. I think that's probably not appropriate, but I don't know.
I just know I got a little uneasy when they're on screen. I was like, ew.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, 10 times Boba Fett ties Andor because it hijacked by Mando halfway through. Yes, they did Boba wrong. I think a lot of people are on that same page, buddy. I will say, after the holiday special got started, that there were several times in the show where I was like, where's Balin? Where's Shin? Throughout, I verbally said, okay, I like what's happening, but where's Balin? Where's Shin? Because I like those two characters.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm out. I know where we ended up with it, but the whole episode, I was just like, because you're probably like me. You look at what the timestamp is, and you go, okay, the
Yep.
credits are about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yep.
So this isn't as long as I wanted it to be. So
Yeah.
here we go, and no Balin, no Shin.
Yeah.
I was struggling with that for a little bit, but eventually I settled in. And I was like, okay, let's go for the ride here and see what we got.
Well, one thing I heard from, I can't remember what show it was, but they were kind of wondering if they had re-edited the end of it
oh
because of Ray,
yeah,
to where there wasn't so much that had been left open to where they could just kind of go from where they left it,
yeah.
instead of building up so many plot points and then.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like the way it's left right now, they've got to do something with his character.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I think they're going to recast.
they're gonna have to. I
Because
think
where they left him standing,
oh,
standing on,
dude,
I was like,
I was just like, I really thought, I didn't think we'd go there. I know people talked about that over
yeah,
and over in the series. Oh, we're gonna mortise this, and I was like, nah, Dave is not gonna take that deep of a dive. There's no way. And then boom, there you are. I was
yeah,
like, okay, all right, I see that. And at first, obviously saw the father, the Mortis, the
right,
Mortis guys, saw the father there, saw the son, and I was like, where's she at? And then I went back and watched it again. She's there, but her head's missing.
yeah, yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah. Well, she's dead.
Well, I know. Well, but she is dead, true. But now remind me in the Mortis, I thought, did the son not get beat or no? Or did he survive?
I think he survived.
Okay. But the daughter's dead because she brought Ahsoka back to life, right?
Well, Anakin he took her to save Ahsoka. He took her life. I don't know. Somehow
Right. I got to go back and watch it.
they Freaky Friday somehow.
Yeah. But the owl is supposed to be like her spirit or something,
Spirit,
right?
yeah.
So we saw the owl or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I always think of the owl in Clash of the Titans, the original one, Harry Hamlin, and that little mechanical owl thing. Every time I see it, that's what I think of. And then I think of L.A. Law. So I don't know. It's just where my mind goes. Harry Hamlin, the owl, L.A. Law, and then Corbin Burnson, and then I get to Major League, and he can't field a ground ball. So there we are.
Yep.
And then he hits Charlie Sheen in the face because of we'll leave it at that. This is a children's program. This is like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or what we're doing right now. Oh, maybe that's what we should do. No, moving on. At this point, I can hear Steve's laughter in the background. He's nowhere even near. Okay, now I need your help because I know you're an expert in all these things. Nothing like putting you on the spot, Mark. So,
Appreciate
remind me about the blade of Talzin, because wasn't there a Mother Talzin, right? Or Talzin in the Clone Wars? Did we see the blade somewhere else before? Or is this the first time? Or do you know?
that. I don't know.
Okay. Because I was thinking, I mean, we know the name obviously is Mother Talzin. I was thinking we saw the blade in there because didn't she fight somebody or something? I don't know. I'm sure our friend Google could tell us, but I don't want to wake Google up right now. He gets kind of cranky. If you're watching this, chime in your comments on Facebook or on YouTube later. Help us out. Help us. We don't want to do the research on our own. We're lazy researchers. We have other things going on in life. You're just lucky we're hanging out together right now talking about this stuff. So. But that was pretty cool, man, when they blessed her. They didn't bless her. They cursed her.
Yeah, they did.
And gave her this sword out of nowhere. Oh, and I saw it, and it lit up with the green flame. I was like, dude, this is like the dark saber kind of. So it was pretty cool. So I know I'm all over the place here, but I loved it when Ahsoka got it, and if I'm not mistaken, the flame extinguished when she got it.
Did it?
Well, I know she cut across her gut.
Yeah.
Right. Morgan's gut, and it was a green cut. But then when she had it, I think the flame went out, but I could be wrong. And maybe that's just me. But I'll have to go back another rewatch.
Well, I was almost thinking too that I think I remember it being out, but I thought that was because Morgan was dead.
Oh,
she died. It went out.
Right.
Probably not.
Okay. I'm in love with this episode, okay. But at the same time, how come Morgan's not a zombie? We got the
That's what I
troopers.
was wondering.
Yeah. Why didn't she just like crunkle up and then up she goes?
Yeah. Well, the three did that chant to bring all the troopers back to life.
Yeah.
She was gone.
Yeah.
She's
She's like, we didn't really like her.
Yeah.
We made her a sister, gave her a sword. We didn't like her. Why do you think we left her?
Yeah.
We ain't bringing her back because she'll find a way. Man, witches can be so petty. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised those three are still working together. Yeah, they'll do the next season.
Because they don't trust each other. So.
That's right. Oh, no.
Yeah.
They got those little snitches they use.
Yep.
They're going to hit each other with them. The next thing you know, one of them will be working with Slytherin. We finally get, can't pass this moment. We see Ezra putting his lightsaber together. Dude, that was not it. I thought, well, it's just cool little throwaway. No, that wasn't a throwaway.
Yeah.
Dude, when he was looking for that emitter, and then they found out who found out who his master was, and I got one here, just one of two. What's that?
They called him Caleb at first.
I know, I caught that. Yeah. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Caleb Doom. He said, that there's one of two. There's only two of these emitters. He's got one, and now Ezra's got the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. There's still something about Ezra, and maybe I'm looking for something. Now, granted, I know he's been gone for a long time, but in the previous episodes and in this finale, he just kept talking about, I can't wait to get home. Can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's homesick. Or is there something else in play? I don't know. I feel like, him and Thrawn being on the same planet for so long, yeah. There's something's going on that we'll probably see in the next season or in that movie. Yeah. There's more to Ezra Bridger. So, yeah. But I don't want to get too theory.
Yeah. I'm not doing those.
Yeah. So we'll just let, there's all kinds of time. Like, right now I'm considering going to Chat GPT or the AI and telling it to create a story for Captain Enoch for me.
Have you seen on YouTube those what if The Force Awakens was awesome? And I'm pretty sure it's somebody that has taken chat bots or whatever and just typed in,
the
story, and there's it is really cool.
Dude, have you played around with that AI stuff at all?
No.
Oh man, we had a department meeting at the university I teach at, and just to chase this for a minute, and I'm almost 50, whatever, but I'm the younger guy who was at my table with other faculty members. They'd heard about it, and we're talking about integrity with it and how to use it and use it with integrity with students and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Well, they had never played around with it. So I said, okay. So I sat down. I said, tell me something. I said, one guy was like, tell me something about the history of Bigfoot. So I just did it, and then here comes this essay, polished essay.
Yeah.
So, and they were doing all this stuff. Well, eventually, it kind of got a little crazy. So I said, what about write a song about Bigfoot playing baseball? Dude, in seconds. I'm going to share it with you. Hold on. I'm okay. I know that we're doing something else here. Let me see if I can find it. I just want to share with you a verse in the chorus of it. I saved it because I'm going to record it and become a millionaire. Well, I guess I'm telling everybody where to get it now.
You can put your Chewie outfit on and.
Oh, dude. I would be a sensation on TikTok. So this is the first verse of Bigfoot playing baseball, created by ChatGPT. In the heart of the forest where the trees stand tall, there's a legend of mystery we've all heard the call. Bigfoot, they call him, in the shadows he's seen, but tonight's a different story, a different kind of team. Bigfoot's playing baseball under the moon's soft glow, in the diamond of the forest where legends often go. With a swing so mighty and a smile so wide, he's playing for the stars and the moon up in the sky. And dude, it goes on and on. It's got 4 verses, a bridge, an outro. It is legit.
Insane.
Took a second or two to create.
Yeah.
So I can understand the whole writers strike, all that stuff because of the AI.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's take money right out of there. Whatever. Okay, we got sidetracked. Sorry.
Yeah.
Randomness. This is what happens when it takes so long when we don't meet for a while. There's so many threads that are loose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll try to get back on track. We do get insight into the Ahsoka Sabine split.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you think about that? Any thoughts rambling around in your head about that?
The fact that she just thought she couldn't handle being a Jedi,
Yeah.
pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was right about the purge.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, being, I guess, catching the blame for that. I don't know how that was her fault, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah, because that's exactly when Balin said that to her. So that's what he was tying it into.
And maybe she just felt guilt
Mm-hmm.
about it, and that's why I don't know.
Well, it makes you wonder, does Ahsoka sense like I mean, granted, she was broken because of what happened and just the rage. So to continue that, she would have went maybe down that dark path, and she'd seen what that had done before, obviously. So since she backed away. But yeah, so it was kind of nice to kind of get some resolution to what happened there. Because I think for the most part, we were like, put pieces together like you did about the purge and all that. But, as this is brought up, do we really get a timeline, or have we figured out a timeline when the purge would have happened? Because Hu Yang said after the war.
Yeah.
And I heard the guys on Rebel Force Radio talking about it, and I was like, I'm not so sure I'm on the same page where they landed, because they were saying this would have been after Endor. I don't see how the purge would happen after Endor or at the same time of Endor.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I would think after the Clone Wars, but no, that wouldn't have, because Rebels is after the Clone Wars, and it wouldn't happen about it. So it would have to have been after, sometime between A New Hope to Endor to Return of the Jedi. So, and that's when the training started. That's when the training ceased. And here we are. Because this timeline's what, 5-6 years after Return of the Jedi? Is that right? Same one as Mando?
I think so, yeah.
Or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
But interesting, nonetheless.
So what did you think about the Ezra Sabine reunion?
Oh,
Just kind
of. Yeah. I was like, I knew you'd find me or something. I was like, what?
And then she's like, there you are. I'm just walk over here. Okay. Whatever.
I just destroyed the whole galaxy for you, and that's how this is going to go down.
Yeah.
There's no like great embrace or the run, none of that.
Yeah.
The whole world's doomed now because of this. But this is okay. I'm glad I found it.
Yeah.
How'd you get here? Let's just not talk about it. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a little ho-hum, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did expect that to be a little bit more exciting than what we got. Now, granted, we got an awesome intro of Thrawn. That was amazing. And he's continued to be Thrawn and live up to all his stuff. So, but we do see Ahsoka and Sabine essentially reconcile. I think because of her journey. Realizing that Anakin was always there for her, even when she made up stupid decisions. So she's going to be there for Sabine. They'll be in it to the end, and we see indeed that's what happens. But let's talk a little bit. Let us ponder this. Are you okay with Sabine's rapid development? Because I felt like, they were kind of sending us signals throughout the whole show. It feels like all of a sudden the switch came on, maybe a little too quick, in my opinion. What do you think as far as her force use ability?
Well, I wonder if I kind of thought about that, but then I got to thinking too with the statue of the father and the son and the daughter being there. If the force isn't stronger there, like if it isn't, not stronger, but if it's, kind of like it's like Dagobah or whatever,
right?
Where it's it's more prevalent, I guess.
So like Superman being on Earth,
kind of amplifies abilities.
So like the yellow sun amplifies Superman's abilities. The red sun, he's normal. I got you. So yeah. And it was interesting too. And we got that sense, I guess it was episode 6, maybe 7, when the sisters, the great mothers or whatever, said reeks of Jedi, talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, she's giving off a vibe already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know some people, well, he just smells like Ahsoka. Well, no, there's something there. And then, of course, we see how it develops.
Yeah.
Ahsoka, the smell of, whatever. So, but it was neat because, of course, I guess I get lost in the shuffle. They have the Force connection when Ahsoka calls to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they reconcile. And then when they're, oh, man, what about that? Them riding those howlers and then getting bombarded.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Just dodging in and out. I love that. So that was really cool.
And I like, too, the fact when Sabine and Ezra were about to, who were they fighting? Was it Shin?
Yes, yeah. Earlier, yeah.
She had his lightsaber. I was like, she better give him his lightsaber.
He wouldn't take it.
No. I'm good. You keep it. I was just like, okay. At least they thought,
yes,
get all of his force karate.
His force karate. Oh, and dude, Shin comes at him with a head blow, and he's
Yep.
Who do we see do that first? That's something that happened in the sequel trilogy at some point, didn't it? Well, no, Kylo was good about stopping stuff.
He stopped the blaster.
Yeah, that was the first time we had really seen that.
And that was really cool.
That was. I remember watching.
It was just sitting there, just shaking, just like you could tell.
Because Poe walks by and just like, what the?
Yeah.
So, but I think we're all like that.
Yeah. We're like, this
that was cool.
An awesome movie, and then
yeah. So if we think, about the sequels, I mean, I like Force Awakens was good. The rest of it went off the track. But all right, we'll just leave it there. The real sequel is the Ahsoka show. That's my stake. That's the legacy of Anakin Skywalker, and his redemption is clearly on display, and I'm all in. That's right.
Episode 7. Season 1 was episode 7.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. Glad we're on the same page. What did you think about this? So Ahsoka and Sabine are reconciling. She asks her, "You've been keeping up with your training?" She says, "I try." And then, oh, dude,
didn't even catch that. I didn't even catch
that.
Not? Because she turned around and I was thinking, it was like, I do, like I do try, like my kid would do. I was like, I try, and you just look at him going, I do, not like
the second time I watched it, I because I was slow and I had the the audio descript on, which it didn't say anything about that, but I was just trying to take everything in. And then she says, I try, and then you see Ahsoka's face. She goes, I do. And I was like, oh, I hear you. Do or do not. There is no try. That's what went in my head.
Yeah.
Whether that was, I'm sure it was intentional, but
yeah.
I think it could definitely go the way you were thinking. I think on the surface, that's what it does.
Because the first time I watched it, I was just kind of like, that's like a parent and a child. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Because that happened in Rebels too with Kanan and Ezra.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you remember that?
I don't remember that. No.
Early in their training,
okay,
he says it, and Ezra's like, Kanan tells Ezra, "Do or do not. There is no try." And he's like, "What does that even mean?" He's like, "I don't know, but Yoda always said it."
Oh, I think I do remember that now, because I remember that was a kind of a comical point.
Yeah.
That being said, here's another sidetrack. Sorry. I was flipping through Facebook today. One of my friends had posted on there, and you've seen it before. I was searching for Master Yoda, and I somehow ended up with a Pastor Yoda. I was not disappointed. It has a photo, and so I put a comment on there. Great preacher, just hard to follow. So, sorry, that was a good minister joke too, as well. But and here's something for all you entrepreneurs out there. And if you're watching the Ahsoka show, if you want to go ahead and make something on Etsy and make tons of money, go ahead and start making shirts that say this: train your body, train your mind, trust the Force. That's remember when Ahsoka said that. Train your body, train your mind, trust the Force. The 3 T's of being a Jedi.
So you make like the eat, pray, love signs for your kitchen.
That's right. Dude, I got to get on this. What am I doing? Let me close this out. I got to post this before somebody else does. I'll be rich. All these side hustles people are trying to tell me to do online. It's it. But back on track. Emergence of Sabine as a Jedi. We see the Force connection. When they are riding the Howlers, and she tells Ezra the door, and then she tells Sabine, help out.
Yeah.
Whether she could do anything or not, but at least she's helping her see that, hey, I believe that you can.
Yeah.
And then of course she pulls her saber to her when they're fighting the Death Troopers. We'll get to them, those cats, in just a moment. And then of course then the force push jump whatever, which I thought that was like that was a little fast for her to be able to do that. But like you said, it could be the heightened atmosphere. I didn't think about that, but that could definitely be what's in play there. So what do you think about the zombie troopers?
They're cool.
Dude, that was awesome.
More.
But see, when they first showed up in that episode 6, 7, whatever, when we first saw the troopers, all of them going, throw them. I thought maybe they were then.
Yeah.
But obviously, at least they weren't.
Yeah.
We don't think. Or maybe they were, and now they'll be reanimated. I don't know.
Think so, because when they got reanimated, their eyes glowed green.
Oh, that's right. And the ones because they killed some of them when they were fighting them with the snail people on the planet, too. Yeah. So that's true. So this spell is what reanimated them. And I mean, that was pretty creepy. I mean, that's why it's the Halloween special, of course. Yeah. Dude, they were taking blaster bolts, lightsaber, and then they just here they come again.
Now, the ones later on in the blacks.
Oh,
they've been gone for a while.
They've been gone.
Yeah.
I was listening to the audio description, and the one when his mask came out, you could see like his zombie jaw.
Yeah.
It said that what it says, his neurotic, not neurotic. What is it? Well, something like not neurotic, but
the
like a dead corpsey jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, they were creepy, and they were, because they were already he was, taking blaster bolts, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So then I thought, man, have all the Death Troopers been like that all along? Because they speak that crazy. And I was like, I think we've seen them get shot before, and like Rogue One and stuff. But
yeah,
they were definitely zombies prior to their encounter.
Makes you wonder about Enoch, if he's.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling there's some little Night Sister magic, because his voice was very similar to Marok's.
Yeah,
that kind of modulated whatever. Yeah, that was. And the thing is, these aren't the kind of zombies that we're used to on like Walking Dead or anything. These are competent zombies.
Yeah,
they can shoot, they can talk, they can do other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they can talk. We don't hear them talk, do we? But they
28-day zombies.
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking that, or is it World War Z? Are those competent zombies? Or are they kind of mindless? Okay.
Yeah.
And what was that one? It was kind of a B movie romance story where the guy's a zombie and he falls in love with a
Warm Bodies. Was it Warm Bodies?
Yes, Warm Bodies.
That was funny.
Yes. So these are the warm body zombies.
Yeah.
I can see the movie now.
Yeah.
Did you ever read that Death Troopers novel?
I didn't.
Oh, dude. I guess it was last year or year before last, because I heard it was pretty creepy. So I downloaded the Audible of it and listened to it like back and forth in my commute. That's some creepy mess, man. It's like Star Wars and, some horror movie had a baby. Especially the Audible, because they do the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an Audible subscription or have access to audiobook, that's one to listen to for sure.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. I mean, it's good. Oh, there was something else with this. Oh yeah, with the Night Troopers, it became zombies. The second time I watched it, I kind of picked up on it. But and Morgan's kind of talking to him and stuff, and challenging and all this stuff, and they leave. It becomes, and maybe you caught it, but Thrawn was like, made it clear that they were volunteers. They volunteered for the task, and he said, "Were they made aware? Like, were they made aware that they're going to be reanimated? That they're going to die, but they're going to come back." So I thought that was kind of a cool little deal.
Yeah.
So just creepy still in a sense, but it was, who would have thought we'd see zombies in Star Wars, but here we are. So, well, as Ezra said, this is new. That's right. You ever seen this? No, this is new. I agree, Ezra.
I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Of Ezra. I know. Yeah. Your family don't like him, but
Oh, that's true. Elijah, honestly, my youngest, he
Huh?
didn't, after he started wielding the lightsaber, he
Yeah.
didn't say anything bad about him. I think part of it is because he had a beard, and the other thing, he looked kind of goofy without the beard.
Yeah.
So once he saw him and saw that he could wield a lightsaber again, all was okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to turn the TV off or anything like that.
That's
So we get to the end, and of course, Thrawn gets away. And we've got let's see, I guess we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 loose threads now. I don't know if you say loose threads, but 5 storylines to continue. Obviously, we've got Thrawn. His return. He's back, and he's on Dathomir. He has all those boxes or caskets.
Mhm.
Dude, when they pan over the top of that, I was like, I got flashbacks of when they used to do that when they show all the clones,
Mhm.
and then I think in one of the sequels they show all the First Order troopers. I was like, are these all, are these indeed caskets? Are these indeed Night Sisters? Which I think everybody's kind of come to that conclusion.
It's gonna be a lot.
Oh, oh gosh. Well, my youngest Elijah, because he loves to do this too and think about what is this, what is that. He goes, "What if, Dad? Obviously they help Thrawn or whatever, but what if they're part of that big crowd that's on Exegol, in Rise of Skywalker? Because you wonder where all these people came from that were there in his kind of arena of Sith."
Yeah.
He says, "What if this is part of them?" I was like, "I didn't even think about that." So,
I was gonna joke around and say, well, it's gonna take that many to reanimate Palpatine.
That's true. There you are. Here it is.
Yep.
You're not too far removed.
Yep.
Oh, there is something that was kind of, I think, could be lost by some, and maybe it's me looking for something. But did you notice when those? And I know we're jumping here. The TIE fighters were coming in, and they were, trying to attack the T6 and all that stuff. Did you notice the troopers' helmets?
Yeah.
Did you know? And they had the red, just like the First Order. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? So I was like, is
And
that
then the sound, when I heard the sound, I was like, I feel like I was in the trench.
yes.
I mean, it's the exact same sound. I was like, this is awful.
Yeah. So there's some connections to both sides of the fence there.
Yeah.
So Thrawn's returned. Ezra's tagged along. Seems like Thrawn and Ezra's fates are tied together. Either way they like it. Why in the world doesn't Ezra take off that helmet when he's getting off on the home one to begin
I don't
with?
know. I don't know.
I heard one of the guys, I may have been the Rebel Force radio guys, talking about how, he has the affinity for stormtrooper helmets and things. So maybe it's just living it up.
Yeah.
Just hope it wasn't one of those zombie troopers, because man, that thing would have stunk. So and he kept it on for so long. Yeah. What's his deal?
Yeah.
So he's back. He's home, as he says.
I want to know how he got off of there.
Yeah.
Like, he just hop in and just fly off, and nobody was like, hey, where's that going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Thrawn and him are working together. That's exactly how I got off of there. Yep. I'm home. Yeah, you home all right, you traitor. So my son was right. Can't trust that guy. But as Ahsoka said, Ezra is where he needs to be, and they're where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, you like being here. Okay, you're stuck. Nowhere to go. But you like it.
Might as well make the best of it, right?
That's true. That's true. This would be a time for training. This is her Dagobah, Sabine's Dagobah.
And I like the fact that they address that the Purge will go there to die, so that she just can't hop on one and go back,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's some stakes there now that she's there, but I have a feeling season 2 of the movie is going to be the world between worlds, and that's how she gets back.
Yeah, because they've already stirred the pot with it. Yeah, they'll find a way. So I know some people talk about the skeleton crew being a part of that and whatever. Who knows? Because we still got that show that's in ready to go.
Yeah,
be interesting to see how it ties in.
But there was a line that Ahsoka had.
Okay.
Made me wonder if it was Filoni. Maybe, I don't know. At the end of where, right after she says, he's where he needs to be, where we need to be.
Yeah.
He says it's time to move on.
She did say that.
So that made me think, like, is Filoni just going to leave them there and he's just going to move on?
Oh man, I can't believe that they would. Because I mean, on that planet, there's so much happening.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could still have your whole little story going on
So
there.
you're saying that's its own like kind of multiverse type situation.
A literal extended universe.
Oh, because you got everything you need there. You got good Jedi.
And the way it's set up now with how Jim came up and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be your leader."
Yeah.
And you got Balin, and then you got the Jedi clan with Wu-Tang, and
yeah, that's right. I mean,
it almost felt Games of Thrones to me.
See, I didn't watch it.
All these little,
you
know. But I was just wondering, was that Filoni saying it's time for us to move on, and this is where this is going to be?
This is it. This is my sandbox right here. This is right. You got yours over there. 30 years in the future, we're gonna focus right here.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. I'd follow it. I still think though we haven't seen the last of Ahsoka and the.
Oh no.
Yeah. As far as the real or back in the whatever galaxy,
Yeah.
But yeah, what I mean, so we do get, like you said, we get Shin. She's there with the bandits showing up. So is that her new people? Because she's got no one else. So we'll see how that plays out for her and them. I know she's kind of weird, but I really like her character. Yeah. I really do. Just her because when she's not facing off against some enemy, she's really kind of cool when she's talking to Balin and stuff and asking questions, and I don't know. I like her. So hopefully we get more of her in like season 2 or the movie. Maybe some kind of redemption of her.
Yeah.
But I know we started there and kind of touched on it, but let me get Balin. Dude, him showing up, and then the Mortis God's there, and there he's walking out on the father's arm. But did you see though? There's something out in the distance. Like where the father's pointing.
Yeah.
There's something like going up into the sky, like some kind of the Eye of Sauron or something. I don't know. I mean, that's what I kind of thought of.
Yeah.
So that I wonder if I'm sure that's the source he's going to. Now, granted, his pilgrimage to get there has brought him to this place where there's homage to these Mortis gods, or if this is sacred ground itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, like the whole how they had to get there versus the Mortis gods are there. Like,
yeah.
Not them, but statues of them. So obviously it's like, I mean, is it like, ancient aliens or something? Or
yeah. Is that guy with the big boofy hair going to come on and tell us what's happening?
Yeah. And then you've got like Anakin's Force Ghost.
Yes.
Like, how did I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm kind
Force is strong on this planet. We know that.
I'm glad they're not really explaining how, because I think once you get into explaining too much of how the Force works, then it's just like bleh.
Yeah, I think that happened with the midi-chlorian stuff years ago. So
I was just like, if it took all this work to get there, how can all this other stuff have already been there? And
right, what's the real?
And it can show up there. Like how did that happen?
Yeah. So there's some monument, for these guys, in which they're aware of the Mortis gods. I mean, this is the home planet of the witches. I mean, so this place is just loaded with force. Is it
where it all started?
Yeah. Oh, I assume so. That's why Balin talks, and is that the source he's headed to?
Yeah.
But man, I know, and I hate it because I mean Ray Stevenson did such a great job of that character, but they're going to have to recast it or do something.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge, huge story they've got to finish.
Yeah.
This is sad. I mean, obviously, real life is more important and stuff, but for the sake of the story, hopefully they do him justice and his character justice.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I saw what happened with the sequel trilogies.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they honestly do a little better.
Readjust the story. They just need to recast.
They need.
And that's what they should have done in the sequel trilogies recast, and none of us would have cared. Give us a good story.
Yeah, yeah. Because and I think the guys on Rebel Force Radio were talking about this. Obviously, they're Thrawn's back. This is in the real galaxy, whatever you're gonna say there. This is a major event. It's happening. Harris made him aware. Mon Mothma knows. 3PO's in it. Leia's aware. We got to see some of the big three in this. They got to be a part. They've saved the galaxy before. They got to be a part of this. If you don't, it's an injustice to the legacy of Star Wars. So,
do you think somehow Ahsoka gets the Anakin tapes to Luke? The training tapes?
Oh, I bet he does. She does. And maybe uses that in his school. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
And that way he could get to know his dad.
Yep.
So, which, I mean, we see he gets to, he has that interaction with him before he dies. He sees the Force ghost at Endor, and we know he had interaction with Obi-Wan's Force ghost. What's that?
There's two different versions of his Force ghost dad.
No, it's true. Old man and young man. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
My two dads. No, that's terrible. Yeah, I mean, because you feel like he had interactions with Obi-Wan throughout his training. So could he not have had interactions with Anakin, after that? I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, but
still.
That'd be different.
Yeah.
So
what are we, that being said, the Anakin Force Ghost, do you think Ahsoka knew that he was there before Sabine came up, or she made aware after Sabine sent something? I rewatched it a couple of times just thinking, I was trying to read her body language, like she was just staring off into space, or like she was actually convening with somebody before Sabine walks up to there at the end.
I thought she was just kind of looking off.
Yeah. That's what I keep thinking after I've watched it before. Yeah. I mean, again.
I kept waiting for her to go, I'm Ahsoka Skywalker.
Oh. You know what? I'd say, that's all right.
Not allowed.
Fine with me.
She's earned that one.
She has.
Yeah.
Ray did not. Not by no stretch. Oh. And I'm okay, and I've heard other people say this, but I'm okay with Sabine's growth over Ray's growth, the way this is played out. So
yeah.
This more traditional Jedi or whatever. Even as a Boken Jedi. Yeah.
So I heard on one of the breakdowns that, of course, it came out on October 3rd.
Uh-huh.
That's when Rebels premiered.
Oh.
And Clone Wars premiered.
No joke.
And then this wrapped it up on October 3rd.
Do you think that's why it got moved to Tuesdays?
Probably.
Yeah, you're right. I did not know that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Huh. I bet 100% that's why I got
probably looked at it working backwards.
Mm-hmm.
The release date needs to be on a Tuesday, so it'll end.
Yeah. Wow. I will tell you and I've talked to Steve about this. I've trimmed down my collection dramatically. I have. And I'm fighting the urge, to do this, buy that, whatever. Complete this guy. But after watching this episode, I desperately wanted to buy that Force Ghost 3-pack. It came out in the Black Series a little while back. I think they're still like $70-$80. I'm not going to do that, but I'd love to have that Anakin Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Dude, to have him, because I did buy this late. I think I showed you guys earlier. I bought her not too long ago just to have her to kind of look at and think about as Ahsoka's a lot, whatever. But to create for a display or something like that. But that'd be cool to have him.
But and another thing with the it's time to move on thing. If she stays there, like she could go back, but then she could always come back to this planet.
Right.
If she's there, that could also explain her voice at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, that's right.
And her not be
dead. She could just be somewhere else, because we know that's possible. And I guess the question that hangs in the balance is, what was she so preoccupied with that we don't see her? And I mean, we know why we don't, because she didn't exist, but how do they explain her where she was during the original trilogy timeline? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish they do something about that. But other than that, you know, I'm stoked about where we go from here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a great series. It is good.
Luke and Ezra fighting at Thrawn.
Dude, don't that be cool? And then Ezra turns on him.
Yeah.
And then Luke says, "What's going on?" Okay, this is how it's gonna go now.
And out comes Luke.
That's right.
W.
Yeah.
But see, I mean, this is the good thing about him leaving it like it is, because this is how it was. Of course, I mean, I wasn't old enough to really remember the original trilogy, but with 1, 2, and 3, with that time gap, you had time to like have fun and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Could happen. What if this happened? This would be neat if this happened, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of everything being wrapped up and going, oh, it was great until they got to the last 15 minutes, and then they were like, okay, everything's done.
Yeah. And which we got a bit of that on kind of a smaller scale, week by week, you know, like we talk. What about this? What about next time? Where's this going to go? And that's fun, man. I know we get frustrated sometimes when it doesn't happen exact, you know, as we talked about with was it Mando season, where we thought all this is going to go down this way, you know. But yeah, I agree. Now we've got a gap. Who knows how long, because the writer stuff.
Year or 2 years.
Yeah. And will it be a series? Will it be a movie? What will happen?
Yeah.
And it's in a good spot where you can go on Chat GBT and create what happens next.
Did you see who directed this last one?
The Rick Foggy. Oh, I can't say his last name.
He needs to be.
Oh yeah,
he needs a movie.
Yes,
everything he's done on the shows has been amazing.
Him and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, those three guys together, just keep pumping it out, and I'll watch every bit of it. So
we'll see. And I feel that, and this isn't. Everyone thinks when I say this is me hating on Filoni.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the ones he directed were the weakest ones.
Okay.
Just because he's not used to directing actors.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's still novice.
He's a great storyteller.
Oh yeah, he learned from George Lucas. So yeah.
But when it comes to him, like getting what he wants out of actors as opposed to anime, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, I agree.
You can see that when you compare his episode to Rick's episode.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just like, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
and you know, with time, I think he'll get there. But I agree. Right now, he's kind of green at it, and you know, I think what he started on Mando doing a couple progressive, yeah.
So like I said, I mean, it's not. And when I say that, everyone's like, "Oh, you just Filoni hater." Like, no, it's just
being realistic. Yeah,
it's going to take time. I mean, it's two totally different ends. Like probably the reason they didn't cast Ashley to be Ahsoka, because voice acting and acting are totally different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love Ashley X now, but I mean, I don't think she could have pulled this off.
I don't either.
No.
I don't either.
Let's see. We got some comments back over. Tim Green saying, yeah, he's going to have to buy the Hu Yang Black Series on his Christmas list. I hear you, dude. And Reese, what's up, Reese?
I'm going to have to customize a Hu Yang to Wu Tang.
Oh, yes. That's what he's known as here. So,
yeah.
Well, man, as we kind of draw it to what you got?
What about when she wrecked the ship and he's just standing outside looking at it?
Yeah, just looking at it. Yeah. Really? And she just walks off and looks over her shoulder. Okay.
Yeah.
It was funny though, because I was watching with my boys, and you know, she's way off in the distance. She walks off, and then the next thing you know, she's like right up on Ahsoka, and they're like, "Dude, she walks fast." It's like, yeah, she's quick. That was, you know, I guess that's where she showed some of her force abilities, the force walk.
Yeah.
So I've seen people in my neighborhood like that. They're pretty cool. But just clean up after your dog. Bye. That's them talking to me, man. So, well, man, any other parting shots as we kind of draw this party to a close and get ready to watch Loki?
Loki, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of rush off. Honestly, I probably need to rewatch season 1 before.
Is there 1 or 2 episodes? I don't have my phone.
Oh, I don't even know. Let's check it out here.
I don't have my phone near me.
See, this is a preview. Some of our friends are already watching it. They don't, you know, they don't care. But those of it who haven't watched it yet, let's see what we'll give you an update. All right, I'm logging in. Season 2 premiere now streaming. Okay, come on. It is. Oh, it took me the wrong thing. Sorry, it took me to Thor. Movie Thor. That's my fault. Old man here. This one episode is Loki finds himself lost to time and torn quite literally between past, present, and future.
Ooh.
47 minutes. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's what's awaiting me a little bit later. So, since here in the future, I'll tell you how it is, and then you can watch it in the past. So, yeah, whatever.